Okay, so you have seen so many beetroot malt powder recipes online, Hannah. But this is different, and this is no the same beetroot malt powder recipe that you might have seen in other videos in YouTube. This is health in nutshell. Here's a super simple recipe for all of you wondering how to make malt powder at home. The malted milk powder uses no dairy but is absolutely colorful, delicious, and nutritious. With some of the healthiest ingredients around you, from beetroot to carrot, almonds, pistachio, ragi or finger millet, cardamom, and jaggery, you can make a delicious health drink that appeals to kids and elders alike. And yes, you can even eat it like panjiri. Trust me, it tastes so yum. To begin making beetroot malt powder recipe, grate carrot and beetroot. I love carrots so much that I ended up eating one during the grating process. Oh my god. Mix 1 teaspoon of cardamom powder. I always keep a mix of black and green cardamom for tea. That's my favorite natural flavoring agent. What's yours? Keep it aside. Now we will need some soaked almonds. I decided to air fry the nuts for 5 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius after soaking them. You may proceed with this step on stovetop or completely ignore it and grind it to powder. Grind nuts to powder along with jaggery powder. At this stage, you have a kind of raw beetroot halwa that you might end up eating it as is, trust me. But hey, wait, we want to make carrot malt powder, so don't eat it all. Add 1 tablespoon of cacao powder or cocoa powder for that chocolatey twist. Mix. I will be using my air fryer to roast this powder. I am using a paper for the purpose. So put all of these ingredients on the paper and then mix with 1/4 cup of homemade ragi powder. I always use sprouted ragi because that's what I make at home. You may use ragi flour, plain ragi flour as well. That's your choice. Let's cook this raw beetroot malt. Now you have 2 options to cook. You may do so directly in a thick bottomed vessel or karahi so that it does not burn on stove top, and always cook it at a low to medium flame. Initially you can cook it on a medium flame and then reduce the flame to low. I have chosen to use my favorite Prestige air fryer to make homemade beetroot malt powder. Spread it on a baking paper as I have already told and air fry for 30 minutes at 120 degrees Celsius. Then shake the contents a little and bake again for 30 minutes. You may need to stir the ingredients once more and air fry for 30 more minutes depending on the moisture in the mold. If it still looks wet, you may need to cook it longer. You have to cook it until it dries out completely so that it is easier to powder and has a long shelf life. However, as I always say, timing might vary from my air fryer to yours, so repeat the process until the malt looks dehydrated. Once it dries out completely, the next step is to pulse it to powder. Check for sweetness at this stage. You may add more jaggery here and then grind it to powder. Store in an airtight container and refrigerate. To use this healthy malt powder with jaggery, add 2 tablespoons of it to a glass. Pour hot boiled milk or water and stir. Enjoy garma garam. This is a health drink and you may make it a part of your homemade protein drinks. This malt powder will make a good shake for summers. You may even enjoy 2 tablespoons of it like panjiri. I do that. Hit the like button if this recipe interested you and support Ravneet Bhala so I can continue to come up with more healthy recipe ideas. Take care and stay blessed. Bye bye. See you soon with yet another healthy recipe.